And let's go to ABC News contributor, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for the Middle East, Mick Mulroy, for more on the security implications of this deal. Mick, thanks for coming on. You know, negotiators have been working toward this deal for over a year. So why now? And what are the big challenges, you think, to getting it across the finish line?
So, Diane, it looks like it was a combination of pressures, both against Hamas. We've seen Iran have several strategic setbacks, both in Iran and in Syria with the fall of the Assad regime, the serious degradation of Hezbollah by Israel, and of course, directly against themselves, their leadership, their fighters, and their capacity to wage terrorist attacks. They are under a lot of pressure. They're very isolated. And of course, we're seeing both the current administration, the Biden administration, putting pressure on Prime Minister Netanyahu, and the incoming Trump administration doing the same, wanting to see this agreement started before they take office on Monday. So the pressure, I think, was there that really caused this to get to where it is right now. And hopefully it'll get fully across the finish line soon, and it'll be implemented starting on Sunday.
Mick, on the flip side of that, do you think there are pressures at play trying to break this deal apart in the last minute?
Yes, unfortunately. And I think this is a very fragile time. Both the political issues inside the coalition government of Prime Minister Netanyahu, the far right not liking any basic ceasefire agreement, and apparently Hamas adding new conditions onto the agreement now. Don't know if that's true, but that's what the Israeli side is saying. That's likely to be known by the mediator. So the United States probably knows whether there's any additional factors that's being put on the table by Hamas. But let's hope that this is fixed and the Security Cabinet votes on it today in a positive way, and we start moving toward this beginning again on Sunday with the hostages, the first group of hostages being released.
The start of this war, Netanyahu said the mission was to destroy Hamas. Now, Secretary of State Blinken says since October 7th, Hamas has recruited as many fighters as it has lost in this war. So what does that mean for Israel and Hamas going forward?
Well, first of all, it's very difficult to defeat an ideology. That's something that we learned in the global war on terrorism. You certainly can kill its leadership, you can kill its foot soldiers, if you will, but the ideology needs to be defeated by the people who would potentially join it in the future. And I think that is what we have to see about how the future of Hamas. They will gain new fighters, but Israel has seriously degraded their capacity to wage war, both their tunnels, their arsenals, their leadership, and their seasoned fighters. So they will, of course, recruit others, but I do think Israel has made marked steps toward defeating them as a viable threat to Israel.
All right. Former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for the Middle East, Mick Mulroy. Mick, thank you.